blue energy wave and the 13 petaled lily. Very unusual. What's it all about? Now, this is a one-on-one, just you and me. And I'm now going to transport you to a land far away, up in the mountains, quite near a ski resort, and we're going to wander together and talk. And we're going to want you to feel that that's exactly what, that I'm giving you my full attention while I talk. And I expect when you carry on reading and listening to my voice, that's exactly what you will do. Now we transported ourselves and we see beautiful scenery. We see high mountains. We're already up on a pretty high mountain, but we see those, the valleys, the greenery, the beauty of nature, the wonder of this world. We live in a fantastic world, a world of miracles. The only problem is in our daily life, which is a life of chaos, unexpected events, problems, challenges, but also happiness and pride and enjoyment. There are so many good things and so many challenging things in our life. But we need to live up here and walk for a beautiful walk in a glade of blue lilies. And you will see in a moment why I've chosen that color. Now we're walking along and we're appreciating the nature. We can hear birds singing in the trees. And we say, what a wonderful world we live in. Obviously, it could not have invented itself because the landscaping is too brilliant. And whenever we walk through a park or somewhere else, we know a landscape artist had to be there to create it and make it happen. Man never made it. It's all there for our benefit. And as we walk along, we look at the beautiful blue 13-petal lily. There's only a few places in this world that have 13-petal lilies. You have it's the national flower of Sri Lanka. You have it in Egypt. But that isn't the point. 13 is very, very significant. 13 actually means echad in Hebrew, wachad in Arabic, and one in our everyday language. And of course translated into different languages, uno, and so on. But it all adds up to 13. If we take the value, each letter has a numerical value. It adds up to 13. But those 13 aspects are really part of our whole life. And that's why it's important for us to know why I choose, as you go through the book, why I choose this. The other thing is, the actual blue of the lily is a special blue. It's the blue that you find in 72% of the universe. Well, there's a discussion if it's between 70 and 75%. I've chosen 72, and for a very good reason. How come the whole of the universe, 72%? It's because the element in the universe, which is more than any other element, is hydrogen. And hydrogen is blue. But on the element table, it's interesting, it is number 1. So we come back to 1, echad, wachad. So when we think of the 1, we have to say to ourselves, what does that mean? Well, whatever, even somebody's not religious, we know there's one creator in this world. Put all that brilliant software together to make everything function. No software exists that can do all the things, the millions and billions of things, of animals, insects, flowers, everything interrelating, exact measurement of oxygen, CO2. If it was slightly different, it wouldn't be oxygen anymore, and we would not be able to live. In fact, nothing would live. Not the grass, the flowers, the trees, the animals, the insects, and human beings. And what about the water? The water, that's incredible, because the water you have also a combination, and that combination is also exact, otherwise it would no longer be water. And so it goes on with gravity and everything else in our lives. So that's why we come back to this one. It's an awareness. It isn't just one creator, but we are like holograms in this world, and we are partners in this. And in fact, we are made in the image of that one. So what we have to understand, that we are one with everything we're seeing now. 13 petal lilies, the mountains, the snow up high up on the mountains. And it is so beautiful to think of this. But there's another thing about blue. Blue is calming. Blue also helps you in your intelligence, in your thinking, in your relaxing, in your feeling good about yourself. Blue is a very, very important color. And in the next chapter, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to take you through that and give you the most wonderful exercise that you've had in your life. I don't like to call it meditation, because meditation means you empty your mind, but when you come back again, you feel relaxed, and then you're returning to the same problems, the same challenges, the same questions in your life. But not with this. So I call it reflection, connection, mind direction, exercise. But we'll discuss that a bit later on. Now we carry on walking. And I want us to feel that in actual fact, the real you and I are souls. And our body is only our spacesuit. So, let's head for that ski lift over there, and we'll actually ride on it, but not the one that's a sort of a cabin with seats inside. No, we're going to sit on the one where just you and I together, and we're going to swing down over the mountains. And it happens to be a very long ride, but we're going to enjoy it. Right across the mountains, just like you have in Switzerland. There's even one that I've been on, which is 1.5 hour journey, and it is incredible. Now, we walk over, we get on that ski lift, and off we go. Now we both have the feeling that we are only souls outside of our body. Can you imagine a soul flying above nature, above the trees, above the mountains? You see down there people, maybe, or dots moving around. You see cars on the road, but only small, and buses. You are looking down on the world, just like a soul looks back on the world. And one has to absorb it and imagine it. It's such a beautiful feeling. Most people, sometime or other, have a dream at night, and they feel that they're floating above the ground, or they're even higher up. Because all of us live in two universes. We have the universe inside of us and the universe outside of us. And in dreaming, when we get glimpses of that other universe, we're not restricted to our body. We are just souls doing exactly what we're doing now. And it's a wonderful feeling. Because the souls, we come into our body, we're born into little babies, we grow up, and like everything in this world, nobody gets out alive. And during that period of time, it's our soul and body working together. Sometimes, as I'm going to talk a lot about in this book, the body rebels against the soul. The body starts deteriorating or gives trouble, or is attacked by some illness. But if we always bear in mind that we have our soul, The soul is the real us inside. And as we move along, we have a great advantage here, because the advantage is that we have memories. You remember the song, Thanks for the Memories? But that's exactly what you got thanked for, because inside nobody can take that away from us. When we have a challenge, we feel ill, we have a loss, somebody dies, or somebody is seriously ill, or something goes out of our lives, somebody travels to another country and it's as if they're no longer there, except you can communicate, and sometimes even that is difficult. And then it's not so often, whereas when they were living close to you, you'd see them every day or every second day or every weekend. And now a phone call once a week in the beginning, and later on once in 3 weeks and once in 2 months. And that's natural, and that happens, and that's the way of life. And it's the same with our soul. We go through different ages and we recycle ourselves. But we'll go deeper into the book, because I'm introducing to you to what we're going to talk about. And you're going to internalize. And you're going to be able to handle those challenges that you'll face, just like I have, or people in my family very close to me. And we have beautiful stories to tell. Before we go back to reality and away from this dream, which is on the divine mode, and go back to the default mode where normal life happens, I just want to tell you this. You will find that this book is a family book, because eventually everyone in their lives has something hitting them out of the blue. You think just the universe had the Big Bang? We all get Big Bangs. Many of us have had it already. Many of us have picked up this book or watched this video because something actually has happened. But if you consider that getting old, it happens to all of us, but it happens to those people around us. So it's how to handle ourselves and how to handle others. Somebody else in the family gets a very serious illness, or it's us ourselves. How do we handle it? So it's not just us in this world, but it's everyone around. That's why I've put it all together. It's a family book that everyone should read in order to be able to handle the things, the challenges, the people, the chaos, and the concerns in our lives. Just remember this. We were talking about our souls and flying in parallel universes. But always remember, everyone has a soul. It doesn't matter what color, what race, what religion, what origin, rich and poor, clever and a little bit off clever. Everyone has a soul. And therefore we need to talk to people's souls.